My Lord, my ladies, I will respond first to the question of James Gondi's affidavit. That was inadvertent. We have no problem with that being removed from the court record.
So you are starting with the
application to strike out
the volumes.
The volumes.
Okay. Go on.
In response to the application to strike out the volumes, my Lord, the substantive law is Article 140 of the Constitution, as read together with Section 76 of the Elections Act. And the law says a petition shall be filed. That petition was filed. The basic requirement for the law is for a petition to be filed. The complaint that is before you is with regard to the service of copies of the petition upon the respondents. My Lord, we filed a petition that was admitted by the registry and accepted as having been lodged within time. As a matter of fact, we were before the registry at 9 p.m.
Counsel, is the complaint late or lack of service, or is it that incomplete records were filed? So that you respond to the right application, what's the complaint that you're responding to?
The complaint, we filed a petition on the 6th of November 2017. We also brought 16 copies of the same. My lady, at the time of filing, by the time we're leaving the registry, at about 1:24 a.m., not all copies had been stamped by the registry. Because of the late hour, the registry did request us to come back at 7 a.m. so that we could verify all the documents that were before them. We were ready to stay there until all the documents were stamped. The assurance that we also received was that because the petition itself had been filed within time, the other documents should have been stamped the same day the main petition was filed.
Let me rephrase this. The Honorable the Chief Justice has said out of the 8 copies that you are supposed to leave with the court, 2 are complete, 6 are not. And I think that's a complaint. Is it not this side of the team? Yes. That certain documents, which they now want us to expunge from the record, were not included in the volumes, whether they were stamped on the 6th or on the 7th. So are you responding to their concern? What to you is the petition? Maybe let's put it that way. What is the petition?
My lady, the petition is a complete set, a complete record of the petition.
Absolutely.
For as long as, yes.
So, there is the petition itself, which is a standalone document.
A complete record.
Then there are 8 copies, all right?
Yes.
Inside those copies, certain documents are missing. And it is those missing documents that were not in the original one, unless I have not understood this.
I think there may have been a misunderstanding. When it is said that there are 2 complete records, it means it is 2 complete sets of the petition, volume 1 to volume 16 of what we filed, all of them stamped 6th of November 2017. So it is not that there are missing documents. It is that when the documents were delivered, in the process of verifying each document against the 2 complete volumes that you have, some documents were delivered. In fact, not delivered because we had to go back with them, were brought back the next morning to complete the process of verifying each document against what we have given to the court, the 2 complete volumes.
Ms. Soweto,
Yes, my lord.
we want you to be candid because the information we have from the registrar is that the volumes brought on 7th were not brought along with those brought on the 6th. The registrar is here. You want us to go into that?
My lord, the volumes that were brought on the 7th, because there were some volumes which even what was given to the court other than the complete volumes, and I can say it was volume 10A, 12B.
No, please answer the question.
Yes.
Did you come with everything on 6th?
On the 6th,
Did you come with everything, all the volumes ready there, and the registry got tired of stamping and told you come tomorrow for stamping? Why didn't you leave them there in the registry so that you just come to the following day for verification and stamping?
My lord, when we came on the 6th, we came with 2 complete sets of the petition, and we kept bringing the others as these ones were being received in sets. It is when...
So you came with 2 complete?
We came with 2 complete sets.
The others, you were coming with them afterwards. That's why they were stamped on 7th.
My lord, not quite, because I was at the registry. We came with all the documents other than some that were not being brought. And some were being brought, yes. As these ones were being stamped, were being allowed to walk in, we carried them because it was going to be a long process. Not everything was put in the registry in one place at the same time. That we would admit. But the 2 complete sets of the petition, which is the basic requirement, was before the court, filed on time.
That's all very well. That's all very well. And we are the first one to acknowledge that.
Yes, my lord.
The question I asked you.
Yes.
Did you have all your documents in the registry before midnight on 6th?
No, we did not. We did not have them.
Some you came with the following day?
Some, yes. The only reason they came the following day is because we were stopped from continuing the process once we were there after midnight. Because we had said we are ready to finish the process of having our documents received that same night. The first petition was received at 11:45 p.m. We were there at 9 just to verify volume 1 to volume 16. It took 2 hours. At 11:45 p.m., the court acknowledged that we had filed a full petition, a proper petition, and started looking at now the other documents so that we could provide 8 complete copies and then the other 16 copies.
Olekewa, stand up. You were the one receiving these documents. Yes. Were they all complete? And you were tired of... what is the position?
Only 2 complete sets were complete.
Sorry?
There were 2 sets which were complete.
Yeah.
Then the other ones, they were preparing. They brought the following day.
So those others who were brought the following day?
You are tired, you have to go to camp tomorrow. We did not tell them. They left at their own choice.
Oh my Lord, I delivered the second copy myself and went back for the other. What I can say for a fact, and I think this is embarrassing, is that the deputy registrar, who is my friend, was actually not in the court, in the registry at that time when I was there. He may have been at different times, I don't know, but the matter of fact is, as stated by my colleague Julie Soweto, is that we delivered the first set, and it took very long to verify. They are huge bundles, and we kept producing and bringing them. In fact, when I was supposed to come with the last batch in my car, I called Edgar Kavulavu, advocate, and Julie Soweto, who were in the registry, and they said they have told us to come tomorrow, you don't have to come. That is a matter of fact that I can attest to.
Very well, we will decide.
Thank you.
Yes.
My Lord, in any event, the question of the copies being stamped is a procedural technicality. There is no prejudice that is suffered by any of the parties. Particularly when the basic requirement is met that a petition was filed in time. Our duty is to avail to the court sufficient copies of the petition and to avail to the respondents as well sufficient copies of the documents that were lodged as the petition. For this particular argument, we will urge the court to apply Article 159 2D, that justice shall be administered without undue regard to procedural technicalities. This is a procedural technicality. Furthermore, my Lord, the purpose of having the document stamped, each copy, is to ensure that all parties have the same document across board. It is not the stamping that is in question. On the second application, which is the application to the second application is the application to strike out certain documents on the basis that they were illegally obtained. We oppose that application. Firstly, my lords, the third respondent cannot be seen to be the one arguing that documents that are not its documents should be struck out. The third respondent has not shown what prejudice they would suffer from those documents, and in what capacity they seek to protect the first and the second respondents. with relation to their own documents. If these were the third respondent's documents, then they would have had a basis to make that argument. They do not have that basis. Secondly, my ladies, my lord, the documents that are sought to be struck out are documents that are in the public domain. They are documents that have been circulating widely, have been publicized broadly, some with the implicit approval of the first and the second respondents. Those documents and their contents form a critical part of the grounds in the petition, touching on the independence, the conduct, impartiality and neutrality of how the first and the second respondents conducted itself and their affairs.